Start by laying down on your stomach. Place your hands beside you and press up into upward dog. Now we're going to press back into the classic downward dog. Press your heels down so that you can feel a stretch in your calves. We'll stay here for a few more breaths. Now step your right foot forward and come into a lunge. Press your hips forward and tilt your head back, reaching your hands up. This is a great pose for opening your hips up. Press back into downward dog. In this time, bring your left foot forward. Repeat the low lunge on this side. Make sure your front knee doesn't go over your toes. Next, we'll be doing Warrior 1. Warriors are some of my favorite yoga poses. Press back into downward dog again, and step your right foot forward. Now you're going to turn your back foot so that it is perpendicular to your front foot. Bend your front leg so that your knee is directly over your ankle. Reach your arms up above your head, bending slightly backwards. Bring your arms down to your side and shift your feet so that the other foot is pointing toward the front of the mat, and your back foot is perpendicular to that. Now we're going to move into Warrior 2. Inhale and extend your arm to the side, parallel to the ground. Repeat on the other side. Warrior 2 stretches your hips and improves balance. Next, we'll move into triangle pose. Straighten your legs and bend to the right. Place your hand on your shin and reach your other hand towards the sky. Triangle pose strengthens your core and stretches your hips and hamstrings. Repeat on the other side. Stand up straight and relax your hands by your side. Lift and bend the right knee and place it on top of your other thigh. As you inhale, raise your arms over your head and then bring them back down as you exhale. Place your right foot back on the ground and repeat on the other side. This is tree pose. It's a great yoga pose for improving balance and concentration. Move into forward fold. Hinge at the waist and reach down with your arms. You can keep your legs straight or bend them. Forward fold is a very basic asana, and it's a good stretch. It's a good pose to use as a short break during a yoga session, before or after more difficult poses. It stretches your hamstrings, relieves stress, and can help with insomnia. The next pose is a variation of downward dog called three-legged dog. Come into downward dog, and then lift your right leg up as high as you can. Bring your right foot down and repeat on the other side. Next is dolphin pose. Bring your left foot down and come down onto your elbows. Dolphin pose is a great pose to do in the middle of your yoga session because it's a full body workout. Next, move into Superman pose. Lower yourself down onto your stomach and extend your arms out in front of you. Engage your core and lift your legs, upper chest, and arms off of the ground. Hold for a few seconds and then gently release. Repeat this several times. Bow pose is a fun asana to do, and it really stretches out your torso muscles. Lay on your stomach with your hands lying palm up by your side. Exhale as you bend your knees toward your butt, and then lift your hands and grab onto your ankles. Lift your legs up and your chest and head as well, keeping hold of your ankles. Release your ankles and lower yourself back down to the mat slowly. Lay down on your back with your knees bent for the next pose, half boat. Lift your feet and chest up, making sure to keep your back straight and your lower legs parallel to the floor. Your arms should also be lifted slightly so that they are parallel to the floor. Half boat is a challenging core pose, but it's not as challenging as full boat pose. The next pose is plow pose. It's slightly more advanced, as it requires quite a bit of flexibility. Laying on your back, inhale and lift your legs straight up, placing your hands on your back for support as you lift it off the ground as well. Slowly, reach the legs over the head and lower your toes down onto the floor. The next pose is called ear pressure pose, and it's one of my favorite. From plow pose, lift your hips up and lower your knees onto the ground by your ears. Press your ears with your knees. Now, slowly bring your legs back over your head so that you are laying on your back again. Sit with your legs out in front of you, toes flexed. Hinge forward at the hips, coming into a seated forward fold. Reach your arms as far forward as you can. The seated forward fold relieves pain and tightness in your hamstrings and helps calm the mind. Next up is pigeon pose. Step back into downward dog. From downward dog, bend your right knee and bring it forward, placing it on the outside of your right hand. Let your back leg lay flat on the mat. I like to do pigeon pose after long runs or track workouts. It opens up my hips a lot and makes me less sore the next day. Press back into downward dog and repeat on the other side, placing your left knee on the outside of your left hand. Push yourself up into tabletop position. Inhale as you enter cow pose. lowering your stomach and lifting up your head and chest. Then exhale as you go into cat pose, dropping your head and rounding your back. Repeat this several times. Cat-cow is a relaxing yoga pose to do at the end of a workout. It improves posture and relieves stress. Let's move into extended child's pose, a variation of child's pose. From tabletop position, press back into child's pose. Bring your feet together while keeping your knees apart. Reach your arms out in front of you to stretch your shoulders and back. We'll end this yoga session in lotus pose. Start sitting. Bend your right knee and place it on top of your left thigh. Then bend your left knee and place it on top of your right thigh. Sit up straight and press your feet into your thighs. You can also rest your hands on top of your knees in Janu Mudra. Lotus pose is relaxing and powerful, and is a good pose for meditation and calming of the mind. It opens up the hips and strengthens the ankles and knees. Taking deep breaths, stay here for as long as you like.